How you guys doing? TF2Dove here, and it has been 3 weeks since the last video, and that is a disgrace. I try not to do that, but when it happens, it happens. A lot kind of happened with me. I first was really sick, then family, then the holidays, then I just didn't have, like, privacy or time to film for quite a bit. So, hopefully I'll get back in the swing of things soon. But as you guessed from the title of this video, this is my opinion, albeit really, really late, of the medic changes during the Tough Break update. So to start, during setup time, Medic's Uber charge rate is increased 3 times. Do I even need to comment? Like, how is that a bad thing? There's no way you can set up crit stickies, you can just use Uber charge, because why not? I've literally just charged teammates randomly in the spawn like snipers, because with the default medigun, if you play your cards right, you can literally have 3 regular stock medigun Uber charges ready. For what reason? I don't know, but you have 3 times more possibilities. If you drop them, do something weird, you could have up to like 12 Uber charges plus. This is getting... Wait a minute, hold up. You could get a lot of Uber charges though if you do some weird thing to drop them outside the spawn and recycle them. So you could, hypothetically, have a whole lot of Uber charges. I'm going to keep that one in mind. Maybe make a video about it with some friends, but that sounds really promising. Huh. Onwards to the primaries. Nothing really got changed for the medic primary-wise, except for one thing, the Crusader's crossbow. And that is not a bad thing right now. Everything for the medic is looking peachy keen. But the thing for the medic, he gets Uber charge now with the Crusader's crossbow. Now, as you can see from some of this like pub footage, I'm getting a lot of Uber charge from hitting teammates that lost a lot of health. So that really begs the question, how much Uber can you really like gain? Like, can I make a challenge out of this? Get a full Uber charge without using the medigun? And the answer is probably yes. And am I going to do that? Probably. So keep that in mind, and I will try to do that, because that is a really, really like rewarding thing to heal teammates with that. It's not just a combat weapon anymore. Well, it never really was, but now it actually has more of a purpose to heal your teammates besides being that cool, like, edgy medieval warrior guy. So moving on to the secondaries, we've already touched upon like overall medigun rate, but now stock medigun exactly the same, crit streak exactly the same, quick fix, you can no longer cap while invulnerable. That bothers me a lot, because that was the thing, like, up your like vulnerability in order to use this charge, but now the fact that you're able to die and not cap is kind of damaging. However, in the quick fix's defense, because it has that health buff now, I could see why they would do that. It would be very hard to kill someone on the objective, but a single crit or a well-placed backstab or headshot will easily shut it down, so I feel like, deserving as it might be, other things Valve should have sorted out before going after the quick fix. A weapon that, mind you, was kind of meant for offense or last-minute defense. Though I guess on the bright side, defense, you can still defend the point, because it counts as invuln now. That's interesting. I wonder how that'll play. I haven't really tried it out too much. The Vaccinator. Wow, this thing has gone on like a roller coaster. I actually liked how it was before any of the changes were done to it. I felt it worked. I was using it around Halloween. I loved it. It was great. Then they completely smashed its hopes and dreams by making it really situational and really, really weird. And now, I don't know, I've tried it out here and there, but I feel like the way it was originally was fine enough for me. They've gone through some weird changes to make it as it is, but overall, as you guys have probably seen, it's okay. Still not the choice pick, but it's getting there, Valve. You're working wonders. If I were you, I'd change it to how it was before Gunmetal. Because before Gunmetal, it was actually decent if you knew how to use it. Now, as for the melees, there's nothing too different. All the melees are pretty much the same, except 2 slight changes. Now, the Bonesaw does the taunt when you right-click, so that's... or left-click, I don't know, I guess I don't know, but either way, you can now taunt using a button. That's great, it's really great. But the Amputator, on the other hand, now though the taunting with the Amputator actually gives you Uber charge. This can be useful, but there's still the one major downfall with it. When you taunt, you're completely vulnerable. So maybe if they added some sort of resistance, something to make it a little bit more viable in places where you can actually use it. Because the places where you're in a corner where you can heal people, people don't defend medics in pubs generally. And now that you're taunting, you're a sitting duck. And sure, that might be like a major like downplay of the weapon, but it's still, in my opinion, the second banana to all the other melees. Every melee is currently better than the amputator, in my opinion, when it comes to staying alive. I think that's pretty much it. Not much has changed. Though actually, there is one last thing, one last little brief thing. As medic now, when you heal your healing target, you actually get more health as you're healing them. So hypothetically, if you're on fire and you have a teammate, you can now heal them to stay alive, whereas before you would have burnt out painfully. So that's pretty cool. The only major downsides I can see were probably the quick fix nerf, and I don't know, they made the vaccinator weird. I don't quite get what they're trying to aim for it, but either way, the only downside was really the quick fix. Though, although this might be focused around medic, and if you're still listening, first of all, thank you, but Valve, we just gotta talk, right? Right, Valve? Listen to me. Playing medic in a pub alone will literally make you lose 5% of your sanity every time you die when someone doesn't defend you. Now, imagine that, right? It's hard to work as a team in the first place, alright? I understand you're trying to make this game good for comp, but let's just keep in mind, when you have a pub medic that can barely stay alive as it is, when you have teammates that cannot defend you for anything, and you have a monster standing right in front of you with full crits, a W key, and nothing you can do, nerf it or else. I don't know what that was, but like seriously, point stands. Medic alone in pubs is annoying, it's difficult. But now, with the phlog, please, Valve. I know people are saying, oh, it's really bad, or it's not that bad. Allow me to just throw this in at the end as a change, or how I think it should be. The phlog, I believe, as it currently stands, is overpowered. No weapon should have that much critical chance for that long. So, here's the quick and simple change. Instead of the oomph, it would be exactly what it is, no damage reduction. But instead, when the pyro taunts, right? The pyro would get the 3 seconds of uber, the 3 seconds of healing. It would not, however... Here's how it would go. The pyro would basically get all of its health back and a little bit of an overheal, right? Get a quick uber, get a quick kind of like quick fix so it can't be pushed, right? And actually, it would actually push people around the pyro away from the pyro. It's almost as if like it's like pounding at the ground, like raging. However, it would not grant crits nor ammo, so basically it'd be a last ditch to kind of like have a second life, one last stand. And that way it would work, because it would still have a weird strategy. You could use that lack of an airblast and the oomph force in kind of a way to do that. Maybe that oomph, like, could actually extinguish teammates. Maybe there is more to that. Because giving that weapon crits is a really, really bad idea. And if you shorten the time of the crits, that makes the weapon obsolete. So you gotta change the mechanic entirely. Mini crits, no. You just have to change it entirely. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know I haven't had a challenge video, a live comm out in a while, but as I said at the beginning of the video, I've been sick, I've got a lot to do, I've got a lot on my plate right now. I plan on getting a collab with Coda done, I plan on doing so much more, but if you guys can just bear with me, probably a week or two more, and then we'll get to some really prime time good videos. I do have a funny and good challenge coming up, I just need time to edit it together and make it entertaining. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my opinions about the medic and somewhat, I guess, the phlog and the tough break update. So I'll see you all in a later video. Alright, take care, guys.